onion powder, slap your mama Cajun seasoning, black pepper, Italian seasoning, and got us some tomato paste, Lipton onion soup mix, some russet potatoes, yellow onion, beef broth. We got us a few pounds of stew beef meat here, cut up all nice for you, all-purpose flour, Iberia minced garlic, and we got us some carrots. Let us get started. This is Chef Fo Crockpot beef stew. Yes, yes, yes. Now you know I always forget something, so we also gonna need us some more Worcestershire sauce. And here we are, we got us some taters, we got us some celery, and we got us some carrots here, boom. All diced up in nice little chunks for you. We want to even cook, so we want to get everything a similar size. And we're running our dishwater here once again. You know, we like to clean as we go. Like we always say, get that nasty out of there. We want to clean off the countertops and the stove too. Now here we are with our meat here, and we're back with our Worcestershire sauce. And I put about a half a cup in there, I eyeballed it in there. Yes, yes, Chef Fo, old Chef Fo know how to eyeball it. So that was about a half a cup of that there. And then we're gonna come back with our garlic powder. Now this is with a lot of meat, but the recipe called for about 2 pounds, but it's about 3 pounds. So I put about between 2 and 3 tablespoons of each seasoning in here, except for the black pepper and the slap your mama. So that was our garlic and onion powder. Here we are with our slap your mama. And I would say that was probably about a tablespoon of that too, because it has some salt and pepper in it, which is why we're not gonna put any salt, and you'll find out more about that later. And we ain't gonna put much pepper neither, but we over the top with some pepper. That was probably about a teaspoon worth. Chef Fo Crockpot beef stew. Y'all get in there with your hands and get everything all mixed in and incorporated. And also get in there and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you ain't already, and get in them comments and let us know how you make your beef stew. Now here we are, we're coming over the top with our all-purpose flour. I put about a full cup of that all-purpose flour into the mix, because like I said, we got a lot of protein here. And we want to get our hands dirty on that too and mix that in there. Get our meat coated in this flour mixture with the Worcester. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna sear this meat to get a little color on it and sear it so it don't break all apart in the pot. And this will be used to thicken our gravy in the dish. Here I am laying down those tender, soon to be tender cuts of stew beef. And you don't want to overcrowd your pan either. Make everything cook all funny. You want to have a little space between them fellas. Look at that. Yes, yes, yes. Old Chef Fo got a nice sizzle on that there stew beef. Yeah, Chef Fo got a nice little sizzle going on that stew beef. Make sure your oil is touching them so they can all cook. And you want to cook them for about a minute on each side. And you might see a little residue when you go to flip them, but don't worry, that's all flavor. That is normal. Do not panic. You see we got a little color on that sear there. On our stew beef pieces. Chef Fo Crockpot beef stew. Yes, yes, I want to appreciate everybody that's been subscribing to the channel and checking out the content. Go follow old For the Real Only channel too. That's where we started at. That was our home. Now old Chef Fo done branched off on his own. Yeah, old Chef Fo done branched off on his own, baby. So that was our first batch right there that we just flipped over, and this is our second batch. You can see that flavor collecting there on the bottom of that there skillet. All together, it ended up being about 4 batches and a partial batch of stew beef that we had to sear here. So that was our second batch, and this was our partial batch. And as you can see, that whole pot, all that flavor and seasoning down there at the bottom, you know, now it's time to deglaze. So we done added our onion Old Chef Foden had to cut up no onion. I forgot I had some diced onion, although it already was in the refrigerator. So we done dumped that in there, and we sauteing them onions in there, and we can start the deglazing process. So I put in a teaspoon, about a teaspoon, a heaping teaspoon of tomato paste. That old tomato paste, that also thicken things up a little bit. Add another layer of flavor. So we gonna mix that around in there and get that coated. Now we gonna use a little bit of beef broth right here to complete the deglazing process. Some people use red wine at this stage, but old Chef Fo didn't want to put no red wine. Took off the fire, and as you can see, all that crust that was on the bottom of that pan there, that flavor that was on the bottom of that there skillet, is coming up. I'm getting the last little bits and pieces. Now we put that mixture of them onions at the bottom of our crock pot and came over the top with our seared meat. Now you want to add the remainder of that there beef broth or beef stock, whatever you got. Or you can use water, or you can use water with beef bouillon, whatever you want to do. But you want to add the rest of that there into the crock pot. Yes. Now this dish is full of flavor. Anybody can do it, so don't be intimidated. Crock pots is a lifesaver. Set it and forget it, baby. Now we dumped our potatoes, carrots, and celery into the mix, and we want to dig down into that meat layer and move things around a bit so we can get our vegetables to sink down inside that liquid. Now normally I would recommend that this be cooked low and slow for about 8 hours, but we ran into a few technical difficulties. First of all, Chef Fo forgot the peas, which would go in probably the last 20-30 minutes or so, but also Chef Fo discovered that his russet potatoes had gone bad, so I had to get some more potatoes. So I started off cooking a little later than I planned on it, so I had to get some more potatoes. So we gonna put this here on high for 4 hours instead of low and slow for 8. And here we are, adding about a tablespoon worth of our minced garlic, and we come behind that there with another tablespoon of garlic powder and onion powder over the top. I forgot to film it, but I put about 2 tablespoons of dried thyme into the mix as well. So don't forget that there. You can also add bay leaves. Put about a half a pack of Lipton onion soup mix, but remember I got a lot I'm working with here. Altogether I put about a pack and a half of Lipton onion soup mix, and it came out real good, baby. Now that's why we didn't want to add no salt. Here we are setting our crock pot. We didn't want to add much salt because first of all, you was going to deglaze all that flavor at the bottom. Then you had that little bit of slap your mama in there as well. And that Lipton onion soup mix is your salt. That has your salt content in there. So you don't want to add any salt to this dish. And you don't want to add too much black pepper. You got some of that inside your slap your mama. Don't over season your dish. So that right there was 2 hours in. And this right here, we got us our cornstarch and water mixture. We got a tablespoon of cornstarch and 3 tablespoons of water. And it's about 30 minutes left for cooking time. So this is the end here. Our crock pot had just stopped. As you can see, it had thickened up a little bit. I done made me a pot of rice, and look at this here. All that there done and full of flavor, baby. Chef Fo crock pot beef stew. Look at that there, all nice and mixed in and incorporated. And we finna plate up because old Chef Fo ready to eat. Yeah, old Chef Fo ready to eat. Got us a little bowl there. You can see the rice in the middle. And we gonna come over the top and sprinkle some green parsley just because we want to be fancy and professional. Some green parsley on there. Make up for the color that was missing from our peas. And look at this here. Man, look at this here. Look at that there. We got them tender chunks and morsels of stew beef and potatoes and carrots. Everything cooked. Wasn't nothing hard, nothing, man. Wasn't nothing hard or nothing. Oh, Chef Fo done it again. Get in here, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I love y'all, man.